Nightingale.
Good evening. Labour's Ed Miliband has turned on the trade union Unite, his biggest financial backer, whose votes helped him become leader. A report that accuses it of paying for votes to secure friendly candidates at the general election has been sent to the police by Mr Miliband.
The leader of the Unite Union, Len McCluskey, accused Labour of being amateur and its headquarters of trying to pick a fight. He said they'd done nothing wrong. Our political correspondent Romilly Weeks reports.
Mr Miliband, is it a good idea to kick your biggest donor
how
in
to
the
make
teeth?
friends and influence people? It's lovely.
Ed Miliband was accosted by a comedian as well as reporters today, but with the allegations of union vote rigging in Labour's selection process in Falkirk now a police matter, he couldn't escape the serious questions.
We had the inquiry that had taken place into Falkirk. We received further evidence, and then we took advice from our party solicitor, and that's why we concluded it was right to send the matter to the police. Look, throughout this process, what I've been determined to do is protect the integrity of my party.
But the integrity of your party has been terribly damaged by this, hasn't it?
Well, it has been damaged by the fact that we have had bad practices in this constituency. And the question is, what action are we going to take? And we're taking the most decisive action.
Decisive or not, the action has set the scene for a major bust-up with this man, Len McCluskey, Secretary-General of the union accused of malpractice in Falkirk, and the union which is also Labour's biggest donor.
We've got shadow cabinet members saying that Unite have overstepped the mark. What does that mean? We asked too many people, too many of our members to join the Labour Party. We should have told them that the Labour Party was full up, perhaps. I mean, it is a nonsense.
I'm determined to lead a Labour Party that stands up for ordinary working men and women.
Until yesterday, Mr Miliband could be seen in this video endorsing the very practice of unions paying for Labour membership, which is now being hastily scrapped. For the Conservatives, it's a gift.
There's obviously malpractice that has taken place in some shape or form with Falkirk, and there are now serious concerns. If Unite are trying to infiltrate, again, in 40 other constituencies, other selections as well, there is a serious issue here.
And the difficult questions will not stop here for Mr Miliband. With Unite funding Labour to the tune of £8 million since he became leader, the bust-up goes to the nub of union influence over the party. Mr Miliband can't afford to look like a union puppet, but then again, nor can Labour really afford to do without union money.
And Romilly joins us live from Hove now, where the Labour leader was visiting a school. Romilly, a damaging mess. You spoke to Mr Miliband. Do you think he's now got it under control?
Well, he's certainly trying to give that impression. In the interview which you saw part of in my report, repeated the line, "We are taking decisive action," at least 4 or 5 times. The trouble is the action doesn't look all that decisive, despite having the report into what went on in Falkirk for some time. The handing over of it to police only came after Conservative MPs wrote to police asking for there to be an investigation. What Unite is accused of doing in Falkirk is of recruiting party union members to the party in order to sway things in favour of their preferred candidate. Mr Miliband is insisting that only went on in Falkirk, but there will now be close scrutiny of the other constituencies, and there are 41 of them in which Unite has been promoting candidates. The problem for Mr Miliband is a wider one as well. He is the leader who came to power on the back of union support. Unite backs 90 Labour MPs and 58 candidates. It would take a very strong leader to change the terms of that relationship, and Mr Miliband isn't looking like that right now.
Romilly, thank you.